Yo,
We live. I don't want to
yes,
be too
yes.
on this live right now, man. We had a lot of kids getting shot. So dang.
Yeah, we should probably even be easy with the graphic language, the algorithm. But yeah, we definitely want to talk about the 21 lives that were lost recently. Matter of fact, can we take 10 seconds just to observe for the 21 lives? Can we do that? Let's, let's take 10 seconds starting now, man. Just
All right, man. That's 10.
Yeah, man. Just a little respect, man. I'm here sipping, man. I'm gonna just enjoy a little libation, man, just to kind of even myself out. Cause, boy, this one was heavy, man. This one kind of hit close to home for a lot of people. I could imagine what it was like for you, you having kids.
I know. It's crazy, man. I couldn't imagine what them parents is going through right now. Like
Yeah,
condolences to them, man. That's a tough situation.
for sure, man. I couldn't even imagine. I remember I had text you about what happened in Texas yesterday. You remember what you had text back?
Yeah, I said we all need to be armed. Yeah.
We all need to be armed. And there's talk about teachers even being armed.
I think so. I mean, I would want it just so I know it's some we gotta fight back, because I feel like just like at the grocery store when they killed the 10 people in New York, I just feel like it's harder to just do that when people are armed. You know what I mean? When good citizens, even though everybody don't believe in it being armed, but I think it's the right for everybody to be armed. So
That's interesting. So the solution to this problem is more guns.
no, no, no. I ain't saying more guns, but we need proper security for our kids and people going shopping. It's elderly people, and because to me, it seems like these are the people that got hit. It was the elderly people in New York going to the grocery store, and now we got these kids. So it has to be some type of median where we have some type of security or we protecting our kids and
Okay.
the elders in some way. I don't know what way we need to do that, but we need to protect the elders and the kids.
We could agree that we need to protect the elders and the kids. That we agree on 100%. Where I think we might have a difference of opinion is how we should go about uh preventing this kind of thing from happening. And I don't know if everybody being armed is the route. There might be too many guns
I'm not
actually.
saying everybody, but hey, man, I mean, it's your
But you
right.
said you think it's a good idea for teachers to be armed, right?
Of course, yes, yes. At a school, we've had too many of this. It's been too much. Like I'd be looking if I was a teacher, I would be looking out the window now. Like, hold on, let me make sure everything's good. Cause it's too many shootings that done happen in schools that where I don't know if the guns would have helped them, but I mean,
Well, this is what I want to say. Just because somebody has a gun doesn't mean that would have necessarily stopped them. I get what the argument that you're coming out like basically. Correct me if I'm wrong, but it sounds like what you're saying is what we need is more good guys with guns because
yeah,
there's bad guys with guns, right?
exactly.
Well, I'm gonna share the screen and I'm gonna bring up something for you. All right, see this here?
Yeah.
This is from the New York Times. I trust them to be a credible source. They're talking about this 8-year-old gunman that messaged a friend that he had shot his grandmother and was planning to shoot up a school. The friend said 19 children and 2 teachers were killed in a massacre that ripped open the nation's deep division over gun violence. I want to go on a little bit more. Officials in Texas described in chilling detail on Wednesday how an 18-year-old gunman shot his grandmother in the face, then left her wounded at her home, drove a pickup truck that crashed at a high speed by a nearby elementary school, and exchanged shots with police officers, plural, on the scene. There were two of them actually, and they were unable to stop him before he killed 19 children and two teachers in a massacre in a single classroom. The gunman was inside the school for roughly 1 hour before a tactical unit from Border Patrol shot him several times, killing him. So I just want to let you know that this is a perfect example how good guys with guns wasn't enough. There was another report, I haven't independently confirmed this, but another report was that this kid had body armor on. So this is a scenario where that solution just doesn't work. It's hard to stop somebody when they have the drop on you and they have an automatic weapon. You see what I'm saying?
I see exactly what you're saying, but this is where they're not going to places where it is known that people are there to protect. I mean, I feel like it would have been much harder for him to kill 19 people in the area where good gun. Let's say he went to the police station. He ain't killing 19 people in there. Do you get what I'm saying?
I mean, obviously, Bobby, but you can't turn the elementary school into a military base. You can't turn it into a police station. There's going to be some places that are more secure than others. Obviously, this person is not thinking in their right mind, or they're just not going to do what a normal person is going to do. So they're not going to be taking the same type of risk assessment that me and you would make. Obviously, me and you might think, you know what? I can't do that at a school. There's going to be police officers there. They're going to call other police officers. This could end really bad for me if I do this. Obviously, that person is not making thoughts like that. They made a decision to kill 21 people at an elementary school after shooting the grandmother in the face. So you're telling me that, yeah, like they're gonna be making a risk assessment and say like there's too much security there. I shouldn't do that.
I think they're gonna go. I think he attacked the most weakest. You know, the place where it's the least, and that's a school. You know, like a supermarket. These places that's being attacked or that being shot up, I think they're more gullible for incidents like this. They're not as secure to where this is tough to happen. That's all I'm saying.
But and you saying that we'll be more secure if more people have guns.
We need to have some guns on the school campus. We need to have some security.
We There was two police officers there. They were killed. So we had police officers on the scene. It didn't work. Is it possible? Is it just possible that maybe there's too many guns? Maybe it was too easy for a lunatic to get a gun.
But would he have still? This probably guy wasn't a lunatic filling out the applications. So these lunatics that's going to fill out and get these guns, or if they get them, they're not going to say too much lunatic on their background check. The only thing I can get from these two is they were 18 years old, but I'm pretty sure their background was clean. So even if we were to say, hey, we're only going to give them to people who are clean, you don't know who's, you would have to be almost racist to, not give guns, or you get what I'm saying? You would
Hmm.
have to fit the script of whoever been killing kids or doing these type of murders. I don't think
Yeah, but you're saying that as if all of these people had clean backgrounds. Some of these people might have been on a FBI watch list. I remember hearing that about gunmen before. They're not all having clean backgrounds. Do you think that a background check would at least stop some of these people?
Background check.
Yeah, do you think that would stop uh at least some of these people from accessing these type of guns? Do you think it should be legal for anybody to have AR-15s?
I think that you can get guns out here illegally or legally.
That's
So
true. That's
I
true.
don't think that the background check is going to do anything. I
You
think
don't think the background check is going to do anything,
I think
right?
if they can't get it through the background check, they're going to find other measures to get a gun. I don't think it's just going to stop there.
That's fair, but if we're seeing a pattern, don't you think that we should do something
Oh
about
yeah,
the?
yeah, definitely think we need to do something about that.
That's what I'm trying to say. Like, I understand that people say we need more guns, right? But why don't we try limiting the amount of guns that's out there? Like, you know, why you think this happens in America and it doesn't happen in other places?
That's a good question. I mean, if you want me
Like
to
like
be
if,
honest,
if guns is if guns is the solution, right? Like we just need more good guys with guns. Why is that not working now? And there's so many guns being sold in America. We have more guns and we have more gun violence. Why is it not working?
to me, I kind of feel like the most stories that hit me was, when a gunman shot at the church, shot at the store. It's been a lot of gunmen that done a lot of crazy things in the U.S. I think, like you said, like what you said, it's an influence on how you know, like you saying, it's superior people that are having these influence that I think trickle down to what these kids are going through and what they thinking. And like you said, they may think that somebody's trying to take over their land or this is going on, and we don't know what's in their head. So I gotta take it to the influence. I gotta say that it's the influence because I mean people been dying and getting shot in America for a long time.
Well, I get what you're saying. So what I mean, right now you're still sticking with that more guns is the solution, right? Like what are you basing that on? Like
I'm not gonna say more guns is the solution. I'm gonna say guns that's gonna protect the right history of these type of acts needs to be in place. That's what I would say.
I don't know if I understand
We need more security guards in schools and grocery stores. You
so
know,
two police officers against one lone gunman, and he still managed to kill 21 people. But you're saying that if there was more police officers, like that somehow would have stopped it. But matter of fact, just to kind of zoom out for a little bit, right? I'm gonna just list the school shootings that have happened, right, in America. Thurston High School, Columbine High School. Can't
yeah,
forget that one.
remember that.
Heritage High School, Deming Middle School, Fort Gibson Middle School, Buell Elementary School. Hope I'm saying that right. Lake Worth Middle School, University of Arkansas, Junipero Serra High School, Santana High School, Bishop Newman High School, Pacific Lutheran University, Granite Hills High School, Lew Wallace High School, Martin Luther King Jr. High School, Appalachian School of Law, Washington High School, Conception Abbey, Benjamin Tasker Middle School, University of Arizona, Lincoln High School, John McDonough High School, Red Line Area Junior High School, Case Western Reserve University, Rocori High School, Ballou High School, Randallstown High School, Bowen High School, Red Lake Senior High School, Harlan Community Academy High School, Campbell County High School, Milwee Middle School, Roseburg High School, Pine Middle School, Essex Elementary School, DeQuestany University, Platte Canyon High School, Weston High School, West Nickel Mines School, Joplin Memorial Middle School, Henry Foss High School, Compton Centennial High School, Virginia Tech, Success Tech Academy, Miami Carroll City Senior High School, Hamilton High School, Louisiana Technical College, Mitchell High School, E.O. Green Junior High School, Northern Illinois University, Lakota Middle School, Knoxville Central High School, Willoughby South High School, Henry Ford High School, University of Central Arkansas, Dillard High School. We know that one, right?
I didn't know they had
Dunbar
a
High
shooting
School.
there.
Huh?
I didn't know they had a shooting there.
Yeah. Dunbar High School, Hampton University, Harvard College, LaRose Cutoff Middle School, International Studies Academy, Skyline College, Discovery Middle School, University of Alabama, DeKalb School, Dare Creek Middle School, Ohio State University, Mumford High School, University of Texas, Kelly Elementary School, Marinette High School, Aurora Central High School, Millard South High School, Martinsville West Middle School, Worthing High School, Millard South High School, Highlands Intermediate School, Cape Fear High School, Chardon High School, Episcopal School of Jacksonville, Oikos University, Hamilton High School, Perry Hall School, Normal Community High School, University of South Alabama, Banner Academy South, University of South California, Sandy Hook Elementary School, Apostolic Revival Center Christian School, Taft Union High School. I guess the thoughts and prayers ain't working too. They shooting up Christian schools too. How many of those that I went through already? Taft Union High School, Osborne High School, Stevens Institute of Business and Arts, Hazard Community and Technical College, Chicago State University, Lone Star College North, Cesar Chavez High School, Price Middle School, University of Central Florida, New River Community College, Grambling State University. I could keep going.
Wow.
You know, Massachusetts Institute of Technology. Look, man, this goes on and on and on. I don't want to take up all of the time, but what I'm trying to tell you is these are universities. There's a lot of security there. There's police officers. There's all of these Americans that have access. Did you know that gun sales skyrocketed after the Sandy Hook shooting when we had Obama?
No.
Yeah, because Republicans was on the news saying that Obama's going to take your guns. So people buy more guns because they think there's going to be legislation after a school shooting. And this is like the biggest one we've seen since Sandy Hook. So more Americans than ever have guns, Bob. More good guys than ever have guns. We have security on school. We see what happened at Sandy Hook, so they put more security at schools. Did you know? Let me say this. Did you know that we've had more mass shootings in America than we've had days of the year this year? When I checked earlier today, it was 212 this year, mass shootings where 3 or more people get shot. We've had 212, and probably by the time we're done with this, it's probably going to be another one somewhere. You get the point I'm trying to make? It's not because we don't have enough guns. This doesn't happen in any other country, Bob.
Right. And that's a great point that you said. The thing that you said is this does not happen in other countries. So it's something that we're doing here that's not right.
We have very easy access to guns here. We grew up like this. This is all we know. So, and they market it so good. You always see the marketing shit. That's why I like talking to you. Smart, you skeptical. You like, man, this might be marketing, man. Maybe they just trying to. That's what the Republicans do. They say, look, it's your right to bear arms, which it is. We do have, an amendment to bear arms. But when they made the amendment, you feel me? I think that's the second amendment. We didn't have AR-15s back then.
Right. They had shotguns. And
I'd even it's sad that it got to this point, but I'd actually be happier about somebody going crazy with a handgun than to go crazy with an AR-15 that they bought legally. Now, if you bought it on the streets, we can't, what are we going to do about that? You know what I'm saying? Then we could talk about that at another date. But when I think the number, yeah, hold on, let me show it to you, just so people don't think I'm pulling stuff out my ass, bro.
I
We
remember
got
the lady
look,
shot.
we got it, look, bro. Right now is people arguing with their feelings instead of facts, and if we gonna have good conversations, we gonna cite our sources. When we say that we heard something, we gonna have somewhere where we got it from. We ain't just saying numbers. So if you look at this, right? I've been on New York Times too much today. You feel me? They don't want me. They trying to get me to pay for their stuff, right? But if you look from 1966 to 2019, 77% of mass shooters obtain the weapons they use in their crimes through legal purchases. So I'm not saying it's going to stop everything. No, bro, I don't think we're going to stop. I don't think we're going to bring gun violence down to zero. But if we could look at data, real knowledge that we could rely on, and they're saying 77% is buying their guns legally when they do their crimes. Well, damn, don't you think we making it too easy?
Yeah.
We making it a little bit too easy. Maybe if you got to think about who you're going to get it from, or if you got to go to a shady neighborhood, maybe you might be like, you know what? I'm not going to do it. You know what I'm saying? But if it's as easy as
Nah, you gotta think, man. If somebody is going, if they got that in their mind, listen, and I'm just being honest, bro. If they got the capacity to do that, right? Whether they get that gun or not, these people are not. You get what I'm saying? I get what you're saying. Maybe the likelihood of the crimes that they could commit would be less, but if somebody crazy and they want to commit something like this, man, I just feel like them not getting a gun is, that's the first step. But then it's gonna say, okay, maybe they're gonna say, okay, I'm not gonna kill anybody. I can't get a gun.
okay, so why can't we do the first step? Like we tried what you're saying. There's more guns than ever. A lot of good guys with guns. We had some. I read the article about they needed a tactical unit from Border Patrol to take this person down, and that's after they took out 21 people, trained police officers that are there to protect lives. You can't just think because good guys got guns that's going to make a difference. Sometimes.
No, listen. No, because let me stay there. The type of security or the police officers that we see at these schools, they are different from the guys that you'll see security guard for Puff Daddy or security guard for these celebs. These guys be well equipped, well trained, well put together, and ready to take down anybody that's thinking about playing some games.
Right.
So that's where I have to, I've been, my kids been to school. I've been to school. I've seen some of these guys that walk around, police officers. We're not taking the same precaution as these celebrities and people that have stuff to lose. It's not the same playing field. That's what I'm saying.
All right. So what I'm trying to understand is even if you're thinking about a hypothetical scenario, is there anything that you could see that would have to happen for you to say, like, you know what, maybe we should try that. Maybe we should do at least universal background checks. Like, is there anything like how?
I'm all for trying stuff out. I'm all for trying stuff out, but I know that this is for a fact. Where are these guns coming from? Do you believe that they're bringing? How do people in the hood got guns? How do they have so many? That's the point, like what we have to get to, because I feel like there's a.
But before we get off track, Bob, I'm just asking you a question. I began by asking you a question. We kind of got off track. Is there anything, even in a hypothetical scenario, that would make you say we should have universal background checks that might limit somebody who's crazy their access from getting to a gun. Do you think that that's a viable solution?
Yeah.
Okay. You think that might be, let me ask this. Do you think that
Right.
might even be better than more people with guns? Do you think that might even be more effective than putting Puff Daddy
Let
security
me
team
take
at
that
every
back.
elementary school?
Yeah, let me take that back. I wouldn't say more guns. I would say more security for places that are vulnerable. That's what I would say. And I wouldn't say more guns, but I think we
What
need more
place it?
security.
What? But what I'm trying to say, who has who has money for all of this? Like, how are we gonna turn every elementary school, any place that could be vulnerable? Because look, the grandmother at the house, so we gotta arm your mama, my mama, the elementary schools. Like, I'm just saying, like, think about what we're talking about. You know what I'm saying? Rather than just, oh, I'm trying
Yeah,
to.
I mean, I'm with that. I just don't feel I really want to change, and I just feel like a universal background check. It's a start. It's something that may be able to stop them from getting a gun. I agree with that. I just think we need more implementation, man, more than just that. I would.
Okay, if you think that though, can I ask you, what are you basing that on? Like, is there any research that we could point to that more security guards at schools would lessen shootings? Because we haven't seen any like we haven't seen any we haven't seen any decrease in school shootings since Sandy Hook, right?
Right.
I mean, we haven't seen any decrease in mass shootings. I'll say that.
Right.
This is the biggest one we've seen in a decade, right? So, have you seen any research that would suggest that, ever since we put more security cards at, schools, we've seen in America, like anything, like have you seen any evidence for that? That belief is there any evidence supporting that belief? Is there an expert you could point to, or anybody that's saying anything that says that more security as at vulnerable places? When you say that, do you mean, I mean, that seems really vague. All vulnerable places, or are we just talking about schools?
Well, the places that get shot the most, it seems like it's churches, schools. We seen the grocery store. That was not too.
I mean, you said seems like. I haven't, if
Heard
that's
it be
true, I
certain.
don't know it. I haven't seen that. Have you seen that somewhere, like, a credible source where you could say most people are getting shot at churches and schools?
Well, I ain't gonna say the churches. I'm saying from what you listed today, definitely schools. We
No,
can
I
say
was listing all schools, but that's not
right.
all the places that mass shootings happen. As I said, to this year to date, we've already had 212. So it's going down. You can get it anywhere. I want to remind you of that.
Yeah. You get it.
Grandma got it at her house, you know what I'm saying? Before he even went to the school. So this is not just a school problem. We're talking about a school, but this is something that can happen anywhere. Movie theater,
Yeah,
mall,
that can happen anywhere. Definitely can
yeah,
happen.
anywhere. So where are we going? So we're gonna have security everywhere.
We couldn't. Yeah, we can't have security everywhere.
That's what I'm trying to say, Bob. It, like, correct me if I'm wrong, but when you say more security, what it sounds like you're saying to me is more guns again. Like, that's the solution. Now that this has happened, we need more guns on the scene. I'm maintaining the point that we already tried that a bunch of times. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not working.
Right. So you saying take them police officers from at the schools? We
I
don't
never
need.
said that.
No,
Never
no,
said
no,
that.
no, no. I'm not saying you're saying it. I'm telling you. Could we remove these police officers from the school? Will you feel like it's no point of having them there?
I never said that. I never said
Asking you.
nothing
I
like
ain't,
that.
I
You
ain't
know what
saying
I'm
you.
saying?
I'm saying is it vulnerable? I mean, do you believe that having police officers on the scene of a school is helpful?
Yeah. Yeah. But it wasn't helpful enough to stop this guy.
Right. My point is and this is my point. These type of, a police officer there, a police officer there, we're not putting much emphasis. They're not putting much emphasis in, tactics that's going to make sure we got the right security if something happens. And
So who you think is going to pay for all of these police officers to be at schools?
we just gave 40 billion to Ukraine about their war when we having wars. Look at all them wars. Look at all that what you just said with all these shootings that just happened. If we got 40 billion to kick out for another country's war and whatever they going into, why can't we fix our own problems?
Because when we have solutions for problems and we have data to support solutions that work, we have people in our country that say we need more guns. And honestly, the Ukraine has nothing to do with this particular instance. Like, for you to bring up the Ukraine to like support an argument for more guns, that's like a distraction. That's real weak. You know what I'm saying? Like, as an argument against
for more guns. I'm saying you said where are we going to get this
no,
money?
but to even bring up what I'm saying is to say we gave 40 bill to Ukraine. Why are we doing that? That's a distraction. If we're talking about how we're going,
I said we can afford it. That was my thing. We can afford to put a couple of more guys and have a better tactic or a situation at these schools than just having 2 police officers walk around.
I think you're simplifying global, geopolitics to an unhealthy degree. I don't know if we understand enough about what 40 billion means to a country, you know what I'm saying, why we're giving that aid, the commitments that we've made to other countries, commitments that countries made. It's just something that's really big, and to just to cherry pick one number out of the whole, out of context, and say, oh, because we gave 40 bill, we could afford this. I don't think that's like a way to look at this. All I'm trying to say is we have a country right now, right? 90% of Americans want background checks. There are some people that's falling for the more guns solution, whatever. What I'm trying to say is 90% of us want background checks. There might be 10% of people who's like more guns. We don't need to be worrying about how these people are getting guns. We just need to put more guns in the hands of good guys. You know what I'm saying? So what I'm trying to say, the reason why it's lopsided like that is because it's people counting on you thinking like that. And the reason why they want you to think like that is so they can sell more guns. They don't care about how many kids is getting killed at school. Like, they don't care about that. They don't care about what's going to be the best for the country moving forward. They look at the numbers like we do, and they're like, you know what? As long as we're making profits, I don't care who got to get shot. We got to sell these guns. So we're going to keep pushing. Yo, the Democrats want to take your guns. And people are just going to keep buying more and more.
So you made a good point. You said after the Sandy Hook shooting, the gun sales went up.
Spiked. Skyrocketed.
Probably just now, because, I know me, I was having some talks with people, and we like, hey, man, yeah, you got to get on. So this brings up an interesting point, because, I'm a marketing guy. Is this driving up sales? Like you saying, is this good for sales for guns, for people who sell guns? Or
that's the point I'm making. It's great for sales, but it's bad for your children. So what is you going to do? Are you going to make a decision that's good for the NRA so they can sell more guns? Or are you going to make a decision that's going to be good for your kids? What's good for your kids is to have background checks, universal background checks. It works. Like I said, there's other countries that have solutions for gun violence that are working. We're not doing any of it. We're lowering, the things that people have to do to get a gun. It's easier than ever to get a gun right now. In Florida, they want to pass a law that's going to make it so you don't have to have a concealed weapons permit to carry a gun. So it's going to be even easier for lunatics to get guns. But if you keep thinking like that, Bob, if you keep on getting people to agree with that notion that you said, we're gonna keep selling more guns. They're gonna get bigger, they're gonna come up with new switches, and everybody's gonna be able to get them legally. And we'll see if these school shootings stop. Every day we have one. Every day of the year. It's a regular thing. And we've been wanting this for years, and we can't get it. Nobody even wants to try it. But you know what people are always willing to try?
Right.
More guns. And that's why we're in the situation that we're in. And you know what's gonna happen? This is gonna happen. People is gonna act fake sad, fake outrage. There's a lot of real sad and real outrage, but there are some people out there who just want to sell guns. They're gonna act fake outraged. They're gonna do a candlelight vigil. They're gonna do a balloon release. They're gonna pray about it and not do anything but sell more guns. And it's gonna keep happening over and over again. And we're just gonna get caught in this cycle until somebody wakes up and says, you know what? There's data to prove that we could actually limit how many people get these guns. We can make it harder for these people to get guns and commit these atrocities. But I don't know what it's gonna take. It's like, I could show you facts, I could show you statistics. That's not enough to convince people. Most people think just how you think. It's sad, man.
I mean, it's just at some point you got to think about survival. If you live in
we're both thinking about survival,
right.
Bob.
If you're living in if this is happening around you and you're seeing a lot of this chaos, yes, this could be a tactic that could work, limit the background, but like you said, you get it anywhere, you can get it anywhere. This country probably has the most gun violence probably than any country, I would believe, So
yeah, so when you say that, I'm trying to understand, like, what's the point? You could, if you could still die from car accidents, even if you wear a seatbelt, should we not wear seatbelts? I mean, you could still listen, if you could still get hurt even if you wear a helmet on a motorcycle, right? So should we not wear helmets? Because you could still die.
Yeah, but that don't fit this, that don't fit this.
Let me explain how it fits.
Go ahead.
I'm telling you something that would reduce the gun violence. There's evidence to support it. People smarter than me. I'm not pulling these numbers out of my ass. I'm telling you what the experts are saying. I spent 3 years raising money for Giffords org. That's a gun violence prevention organization, and it's bipartisan. That means Republicans and Democrats support this organization. So I've been following this for a while. The point I'm trying to make is this background check stuff, smart minds think it would reduce. I'm not saying that you can't still get it anywhere. I'm saying it would reduce it. Doesn't that seem like a smart thing to do?
Yeah.
It's worth a shot.
It's definitely worth a shot.
We tried more guns already.
But we've been putting so much. They've been selling so much guns out here. From the past, it's so much guns out here. Like you saying, the gun sales went up. There's so many guns out here already that it's like, okay, now that we limit people from getting them after we done put 40 million out here, okay, let's, limit them from getting it. It's like, that's where I see where we may have to do a little bit more. That's all I'm saying. I don't mind that.
Oh, I'm with you. We can agree on that 100%. I'm saying the universal background thing would be a good first step, but we're on the same page with that. We should do more than that. I don't know if I'm on board with the more guns thing. Like, they've been putting more security around places. It ain't stopping nothing. I mean, it ain't stopping nothing, man. It ain't stopping nothing. But we could move on, man. We got some things that I think we should talk about gun violence. I want to stay on there. We've been seeing a lot of indictments that involve gun violence.
Right.
Now, just to frame this segment of the show a little bit, let's try to go back, man. Who you think? Like, let's go back. Like, what was the first indictment you remember from like rap beef?
From rap beef.
Yeah, like indictments, like RICO type shit, like federal investigation.
Buddy Rowe. That's the first one I can remember.
But that wasn't like a RICO type of thing, was it?
It wasn't like a RICO, but it was a big case. He did some time. A
It
big
was it was
gather.
like people working together to do something.
Yeah, because Trick Daddy didn't get picked up on that with the crew of people, and that was one of his boys. So that's
Okay.
what hit me when I first started about the case, because Trick Daddy escaped that from all of that. A whole crew got took down in Miami. So that's when I first think, but I also think of AR Ab, because he got 45 and was just grumpy with the judge. That
Yeah,
just
that
hit.
was crazy. Was Takashi before or after AR Ab? I forget.
I think Takashi was before him.
And you know what was before Takashi? The GS9 with
Yeah,
Bobby Short in it,
yeah.
right? And then recently, I know I'm skipping some. We don't even got time to mention all of them, but recently we've covered the YSL indictment, the RICO charge against them. Since we covered that story, more report has come out. They said that YSL was behind at least 50 murders. Were you aware of that?
No, but I can understand. Mhm.
You can understand, okay. You know, and um, in addition to the 50 murders, we're seeing that the prosecution is using lyrics against them, things that they posted on social media, right?
Yeah.
I want to bring your attention to the latest case cases that I've seen, right? Hold on, bro.
Got another case.
Okay. I think I might have it here. Um, they got the I don't know if I pulled this one up actually. Let me get it right now. Complex did a story on this Bronx crew that got picked up.
Oh, recently.
Oh yeah. You remember okay, with Gun in them, they picked up 28 people, right? With this indictment,
You gonna
you
share?
know, hold on. I'm gonna share it. I want you to see it for yourself, my G. Complex got a write up about these boys involving D Thang. You one of the new young up and comers. His career might be, on pause right now though, but
Actually, I mean, unless you get numbers like AR Ab got, it's showing that guys jump out of prison and do pretty well.
listen, I don't know what these guys are gonna get. I wish everybody the best of luck, but luck doesn't really exist. But I wish them the best of luck.
Outstanding.
What I'm saying to you is, I don't think Young Thug and Gunner are gonna get out anytime soon. There's still people from Treyway still sitting. I don't know if it's still people from GS9 sitting, but
They on
we
hold.
see here that 23 Bronx gang members, including D Thang G's, are getting picked up. And their charges include attempted murder and animal cruelty. You know, you kill some niggas in the hood. I mean, that's one thing. But you mess with them dogs? They gonna bring you down, my boy. Are you familiar with these guys' music?
No.
I'm not that familiar either, but they're known, and they're if you see a lot of those younger New York guys doing that dance, get sturdy, it's coming from this area, the Bronx drill gang. But just to give some context, members of a Bronx gang were arrested on Tuesday after Bronx District Attorney Darcel Clark and NYPD Commissioner Keishant Sewell issued a 65-count indictment over shootings in the area. According to ABC7 New York, the charges against 23 gang members in the indictment include conspiracy to commit murder, attempted assault, and criminal possession of a weapon. The NYPD are pinning a shooting that occurred in August 2020 on members of the RPT gang, while others allegedly committed gang assault on a person believed to be part of a rival organization. The New York Daily News notes RPT is a subset of the Bloods and linked to the Young Gunners per police, and that the defendants range in age from 17 to 34.
So this isn't a RICO case, though.
Looks like they've been indicted by the NYPD, and no, that's not a RICO case. No, just a 65-count indictment. You know, and here's a picture of D-Thing. So innocent until proven guilty, all that good shit. We don't know what they did, but it's looking bad. My point is, with all of this and bringing this up is, do you think that this is the end of drill rap? Look at all these indictments. I don't know, but I think it's safe to assume that the police are going to use some evidence from social media. I guarantee these young niggas was beefing online and talking about sliding, spinning the block, wiping somebody's nose, putting money on their head. You know how they talk. They talk reckless now.
Of course.
They're going to be talking about it in songs because it's drill rap. We got to talk about who the ops is. We got to talk about sliding on them. We got to smoke a pack of your fallen loved one. We have to do that, right?
It's sad. Yeah.
It is sad. And you told me earlier, we need more guns. See, it starts with stuff like this, man. It's not even really about the background checks first or security guards on schools. It starts here, bro, with these little kids getting involved and thinking guns is cool. Thinking that this is the wild, wild west. Every time I got beef, I need to pick up a gun. Every time I need to solve a problem, it's to pick up a gun.
Yeah. I can say that's where it's at. Like I said, my point is we got so many damn guns out here. It's like, God dang, what do you do?
How do we get here though? How do we get here? Is loose legislation. Now, in New York, I will say this, they got way more strict gun laws than we got in Florida.
They get busy up there, man. I know what
you're busy. It's a cultural problem.
Florida is the number one, and I don't mean to try to put information out, but we know on what was that guy name who shot up the club? What was that dude? Troy Ave, remember that case with Taxstone? And they were saying he got the gun from Florida and down south. So what I'm saying is New York is just as wild as anybody else, just like Cali. The places that are the strictest on guns in the United States, it goes down. I'm serious. It's not like it's weak there. You know what I'm saying? So
that's a good point.
This is where I'm coming from. I'm coming from where it's like we have so many guns out here. We need to address that problem now. What are you going to do?
We do. But I'll remind you again, you're really speaking about, and I'm not saying that there's not truth to things that you're saying, but we should be empirical thinkers. We should be pointing to statistics because, we don't want to fall for the availability fallacy where we're just using information from our lives or the people that we know or what we're seeing, what's around us. If we look at the number, hold on. if we look at the numbers, we said 77% of mass shootings, they're getting the guns from legal places. That's a fact. You know what I'm saying? That's from matter of fact, they got that statistic from on the National Institute of Justice. If anybody wants to, you know, say that I'm not saying something right or I'm just pulling numbers out, look at the National Institute of Justice and they'll show you that 77% of those guns come from god dang when we talk about mass shootings. 77% of the people
come from
bought
the
them guns
South.
legally.
Yeah, legally from the South. But did you hear my point? This is
Don't
has no
necessarily got to be from the South, nigga. Remember, there was a mass shooting in Buffalo too. So it's mass shootings going on everywhere. It's not just from the South. They're going on anywhere.
But I'm just saying, we see states that are strict on guns.
Bob, what I'm trying to say is there's no place where we have a universal background check. We've never done that, and 90% of Americans want it. And we got these kids running around doing goofy shit. We got to change shit. We got to do something different. You know, throwing guns at this problem, that shit ain't working, man. The shit is not working. It sounds cool. We was taught to think that guns was cool. Everybody who has a gun thinks they're tough, but it's not working. It's not working. Everybody goes to that solution. That's what I'm trying to say. You don't. I get what you're saying. You know what I'm saying? Like, it might even sound counterintuitive what I'm saying, but I've been studying this thing for years. And when you look at the numbers, I'm listening to the arguments that people are coming with, and that stuff doesn't work. Even if you look at the percentages, I learned this when I was raising funds for Givers Association. The chances of you defending yourself from an attacker are so much lower than you like killing yourself or killing somebody by accident or a kid getting the gun. It's just not, it's not likely. We feel like more guns being around is safe. It makes us safer, but there's really no evidence of that. But other countries that got less access to guns, less people getting shot up.
Yeah.
You might have to use these all of a sudden.
I'm for you on that. But what I'm saying is we're so deep. We knee deep in this thing now. Do you get me?
Listen, we should have did this a long time ago.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. I'm saying if it was to where we didn't have these little jits running around with AR-15s and Mac 11s all day, we could say, yes, let's just do a universal background check. And that could be the only thing we could do.
Yeah.
Now, we have to do that and much more. We have to do a lot more as to these guns that's on the streets right now that these kids are walking around with. I'm pretty sure it's 18-year-olds right now that's strapped in their house right now as we speak. A universal background ain't gonna do nothing for that right now. You get what I'm saying?
It will though. I just expressed what it was. I ain't gonna keep on going into that. I gave a source for it. I had evidence to back up my claim. You saying it don't, but you ain't got no evidence for it. So I'm saying something that will work. It's a direct correlation.
I'm saying that if we wanted to stop these shootings that happen tomorrow, let's say if we know in the next 3 to 4 months a shooting is going to happen, what will we implement that we're going to make sure that the shooting don't happen?
I said it over and over again. You're not listening. You know what I'm saying?
But I'm telling you, my point. I think we need to do more.
Yeah, but you're not coming with no solutions, and you don't got no data for what you're saying. I'm saying I agree with you. We should be doing more, but why would you even say anything against background checks?
I don't have nothing against background checks.
You don't have nothing against it now.
No. I don't have nothing.
We're on the same page.
I'm cool with that being now. I just have a problem with all of these guns that are out here right now that I feel that we're a little outdated. We need to do a little bit more than the universal background check. I think it's a little
like what?
That's something I would have to dig into some stats and to be able to, I don't want to come at you with something without having that. But I just personally feel that it's a lot of guns out here, just like that 18-year-old had a gun. I think it's a lot of.
And the drill rap shit is getting crazy. Like, but see, I feel like that's something else, and we're going back on that. Let's stay on this drill rap shit, right?
Yeah.
I got more in the world of drill rap, right? Do you think that this is the end of it, though? Do you think all of these indictments will make people wake up? I mean, it's hard to tell because Sandy Hook didn't make people wake up about school shootings, and I didn't even name all the school shootings. We would have took up the whole damn show naming all the schools that done got shot up, right? And we're talking about mass shootings. But going back to this, right? Do you think that people are gonna realize, like, damn, maybe this whole art form is dumb because I'm not even famous yet, and the when I finally do get famous, it's because everybody's reading the New York Times or a Complex article talking about the 56 count indictment about all my homeboys getting picked up. Do you think that we'll wake up and just be like, you know what, we're not going to support this music, and rappers will stop making it?
That's a good question. I think that who's winning in this situation? So when these rappers go to jail, when these shootings happen, who's winning? That would make me figure out if we're ever gonna come to a end of this, because it seems like,
When you say winning, when you ask me a question, I want to answer it.
who's benefiting? Who's benefiting
Okay.
off of?
It depends on what you mean when you say benefiting. I mean, is it a benefit that you have a record deal if you end up getting killed like way sooner than you would have if you didn't have a record deal?
Right.
Like, is it really benefiting you? Like, you got notoriety, you got fame, you got money, but if you get wrapped up in an indictment while you're still a teenager and you could be sitting in jail for 20 years, did you really benefit?
Yeah, but I'm not talking about that. I mean, who's benefit?
I'm asking you what you mean by benefit. So I could say that the rappers are benefiting to a degree. I could say that the record labels are benefiting. I could say that the listener is benefiting because we're getting entertained. So when you say benefit, like, who's benefiting the most? Like, it's a lot of people benefit.
Who's benefiting for this financially for it to keep moving? And
listen, the strippers that are at the club when he comes to the club, the people who are promoting for the club to get tickets so you could go and see them perform, the people who's watching the videos on YouTube, us. We're talking about these guys on YouTube right now. We got content. Are
is
we
it in the
benefiting?
drill music? No, then if that's what it is, if all of these people, if it's that embedded into our culture that we doing this, it's not the end of it yet. It's gonna be the end when, like you said, nobody benefits from it.
So you think the only way that drill rap is going to come to an end is if nobody benefits from it?
Like
That's
the
interesting.
strippers, like right.
That's interesting. That's interesting.
Yeah, because if we got everybody out here, like you said, benefiting like this, how can I say that that's going to stop when it's benefiting the promoters, the strippers, the D-boys, the court systems, the lawyers?
And you know what? The record label could find a rapper that looks just like you to replace you. After you catch the indictment, we'll find another young dude who's dumb enough to do this shit, and we'll make money off of him. Put a life insurance policy off on him, cash out.
Right. So when I look at it all like this, like I don't know if this the end, man. I think seems like business as usual. Sad, but
Damn. Well, I'm gonna keep on moving. We're gonna do a little bit more than an hour, man. To hell with it, man. We're gonna ride out, man. Fuck it. All right. Now, I got 3 Florida stories. I don't know if we'll get to them all, but this one is a Florida story that relates to the drill rap scene as well.
What's that?
I think we might have seen it all, man. I can't take credit for that line. I think 50 says something to that effect. That was his reaction to this story. I want to show you something. Father of Jacksonville rapper Queso to testify against sons in murder cases. Woo. What you think about that so far, Bob?
Well, I don't know what he's gonna say. I mean, maybe he may say, maybe he may take ownership of everything. We'll see what happens. But if he's going in there to tell on his kids,
Well, let's get into it more. You know,
they ain't finna cut him no slack.
Abdul Robinson Sr., who has been charged with being an accessory to murders of Charles McCormick and Damon Rothermel, has been transferred to St. Johns County Jail, court documents show. In filings this week, the state attorney's office has informed his sons, Hakeem Robinson and Abdul Robinson Jr., that their father is now cooperating with prosecutors and has given statements in the murders of Charles McCormick and Damon Rothermel. Inmates who cooperate with the prosecution are often transferred to other county jails for their safety. Hakeem Robinson, a Jacksonville rapper who's also known as Queso, is charged in the 2020 murder of a rival rapper, Charles McCormick. Rothermel was killed in 2019 by a stray bullet fired in an exchange, of gunfire between two cars. In March, Hakeem Robinson was indicted on a first-degree murder charge. Now, you got anything to say about that before I go on?
Yeah, man, his pops want to come home.
Look, man, I ain't grow up with my father, man. My father gave me about a name, and that was about it. I don't know about anything he did for me outside of that. You got a great father. Can you imagine him testifying against you in court?
No, but I mean, doing something like this,
He was there.
he was there. It's like I don't look at him as a great father. You know what I mean? To be
No, but I'm speaking to just the shock of your father kind of betraying you in this way. Would you see that as a betrayal, or is the father doing the Lord's work? Is the father doing the right thing in this situation?
I think I don't know the particulars on what happened, and maybe if he be in charge, maybe he's a little bit too old to do a 30 piece.
Listen,
That's how he feel.
listen. So let me frame this another way. If you and your father
Mm-hmm.
were involved in a situation where somebody ended up getting
There.
killed,
Mm-hmm.
you guys are mounting a defense against prosecutors together in solidarity, how would you feel if one day you woke up and they told you that your father was working with the prosecutors now? Your father, your father who's supposed to be your protector. He had
Right?
a chance to live before you even came, but he's going to do something to put you in a position where he gets less time and you got like what? I mean, let me ask this, right? Obviously, that would hurt your feelings, right? Or would you say, Pops, I understand? Let me ask you that straight up. I don't know what it'll do. I don't know how it would affect your feelings. Would you understand? Would you forgive your father, or would there be some resentment, you think?
Definitely forgive him, and definitely would take my lick however it came and be able to
Yeah,
stand on what happened,
that's stand up.
rather
That's
than
stand
trying to blame and point, he had to do what the best situation he had to do for him.
Damn.
I mean, I'm not saying the pops is right or wrong, but I'm saying the son has to look at it like this. This is real life. People are gonna do what's in the best interest for them. And if you don't get that through your head, you're gonna be in a whole nother world of stuck when things happen to you. So I feel that y'all don't have a game plan together. I don't know if y'all was sitting in the cell or was able to talk. I don't know the game plan. I don't know what y'all came up with. We're gonna take this to the door or not. But at the end of the day, everybody
It's
gonna do what
crazy.
they want to do. It's crazy. Yeah.
Hey,
So
hey, let me ask you this: can you see yourself flipping on your own pops like that? Like, say you knew y'all was both going down, and you was like, "Damn, it's either him or me." You know what I'm saying?
I
Fuck it.
couldn't look at it like that. I could look at it as, damn, somebody gotta take this, man. I might as well just take it for Pops. He 50 years old.
Mm,
Let
yeah.
me free that man, bro. You get me? Go
Yo,
on
you
there,
just you made me think. You made me think. I got it. Maybe K-So's wrong in this. You know what I'm saying? Maybe K-So should have took the rap for the pops. You know what I'm saying? K-So know he going down like, look, man, maybe K-So should have been like, damn, pops, you held me down. You put a roof over my head. You put clothes on my ass. You tried to tell me to do the right thing. I'm out here doing dumb shit. I'm in this drill rap scene. I'm going back and forth with people. You done came with me, on some shit that went left, and I done got you in some bullshit now. You know what, Pops? I got this, bro. I could do me 20, maybe jump back out. Listen, I'm going to tell them that this is all me, and you go ahead and just, you know what I'm saying, Pops, you should have never even been involved in this situation. You think it could be that? You know what I'm saying? I don't know. I'm just speculating here. Can you,
I hope it is, and I hope it could be to where when he testifies, he said, "Yeah, man, he had nothing to do with this." You
No,
know what I
that's the
mean?
wait. I don't want to confuse people. That's not what's happening, Bob. I'm saying that could Queso be wrong for not taking the rap like that, and that's what caused the pops to be like, you know what, fuck it. Since you're not gonna be the stand-up dude and do what you're supposed to do, now I gotta treat you like a nigga off the street and fuck the code. I'm gonna tell the police. I'm gonna put the people on you. Like, do you think it could have been that kind of situation?
Yeah, it could.
That's just one way to look at it. I'm bouncing scenarios. We don't know. You know what I'm saying?
Father
I'm just
probably ain't
saying
even
it could have
killed
been like
nobody,
that. He could look like,
right?
yo,
The
you
father
got me
probably
into
ain't.
this.
The father probably didn't even kill nobody. He probably was just like, "Yo, look, bro, I ain't even."
You know what, Bob? We could actually take a stronger look at this, but there's like there's actually like video involved with this.
Yeah,
Like
but I think
that.
they said the dad was a getaway driver. He was the driver of this situation.
We gotta go deep. But honestly,
Okay.
this beef, where this all stemmed from, we could do a whole show on just this. Do you know who Queso is?
I actually do know who Queso is. You know,
Okay, because you
from
you from up, you from northern Florida.
no, I'm not
Well,
from Florida.
your roots are from
Yeah.
Broward, of course. I know that, but didn't you spend some time up there?
Central. I spent a lot of years in
Okay,
Central Florida, Orlando, Daytona, Jacksonville. Yeah, I know a lot about what's going on up there.
so you know about the ATK and the KTA beef.
Yeah,
Okay, you familiar with the Who I Smoke song?
yeah.
Yeah,
I think drill music needs to be dead. It needs to be
it
dead.
needs to be dead.
Yeah,
We don't know if this is the end, but you're gonna go on record and say it needs to be dead.
of course.
Yeah, we need to kill
Where
drill
other
music.
music can you go hear that's like this? That is so it's all about picking up a gun and killing somebody.
Other black men.
Right.
Not picking up a gun and killing all of these white supremacists. That wouldn't be the thing to talk about either. But I'm just saying, like, we got to think about this.
Right.
There
I
are people
mean,
who are out to kill you. You're not, there's cops killing black people. There's no songs about raising up against them. But we'll get passionate enough about killing another black man that we'll make a song about it. And then other black people buy it and like instigate it. How many times have we heard Dirk ain't slide for Vaughn? When you gonna slide for Vaughn, Dirk? You know what I'm saying?
so lame. I think that these young guys are brainwashed or something because there's no reason.
I
Like you
agree.
saying, this guy just walked up into a black supermarket and murked 7 to 8 people in the same day. Do you know what happened? What's that rapper name got jumped in the same city?
Freddie Gibbs got
Same
jumped by
day.
Griselda
The
though.
same day. And I'm like, this shows you where we at right here. It's like we don't come together. Hey guys, it doesn't make sense for us to just be putting violence on each other. We're the white supremacy. You get what I mean? It's
I
like,
don't even like. Ooh, that's crazy. You said drill rappers are the real white supremacists, huh?
yeah,
Yeah, they're doing their bidding.
they're doing their right. That's how I feel. A lot of these people are doing their work. They don't know what they're doing. They're just doing their work, and it looks so stupid because it's like, yeah, look at the facts.
Yeah, how is this helping our culture? Like if culture is supposed to be like a way for us to live so we could prosper, like contribute to the greater good, how is drill rap helping us get ahead? It's entertaining. I'm not gonna lie, bro. Like I like certain
I
shit,
can't
but
even say it's entertaining because it's not entertaining. It's not entertaining when people die or when somebody want to shoot somebody. It shouldn't be
you
entertaining.
didn't enjoy Who I Smoke.
I enjoyed the melody of the song, but the fact of the disrespect, I
Mm-hmm.
didn't enjoy it. You know, I'm
It
just
kind of like
the shock
it
value.
poisoned. Yeah,
Yeah, it's like the shock value of what you're doing. I can't enjoy. I can enjoy the melody. I can enjoy the beat, but just to know that you guys are cowards, dog. You guys are cowards. If you would have been in the back of the day when people really, we got people that really got killed and really was getting bombed on. We got facts. So we got towns and riches that's been taken and bombed on. So the fact that you out here like that, you just putting yourself on coward mode in front of everybody. It's like,
yeah. And you know what's crazy? I've heard people make this point before, but I want to bring it up. I think it's appropriate. You see how they'll make songs about killing another black man and get passionate. Somebody look at you wrong, like what's up, what's good, what you want to, all of that, right? If a police officer come and be like, hands up, freeze, you gonna do it
putting their hands up, right?
immediately, comply, call him sir. You know what I'm saying? All of that.
Bro, I feel like, and it's crazy. I'm gonna bring up to you something that Charleston White said. YouTube tried to ban him,
Mm-hmm.
or they tried to mess up his little channel because he was
Yeah,
he was saying some real stuff that was getting real. It was crossing the line, but I
yeah.
had to respect.
Charleston White, that's my twin. Go ahead, go ahead, go ahead.
I had to respect it. He went on there and was saying, bro, the crimes he always committed wasn't never against his own people.
Yeah, I don't want to send out the
And I
wrong
don't even
message.
want
I
to
don't
say,
condone violence,
I don't
but
condone violence at all, right?
it does raise an interesting point. Like, who taught you to hate black people that much? Where do we learn that from?
Right. You
And,
had
and we learned it from somewhere. We learned it from somewhere. But look, I'm gonna move on so we don't stay on here for 2 damn hours. Let's see if we can get it done. I wanted to talk about Florida again. There's a second story about Florida with your boy Ron DeSantis.
okay.
I don't like Ron DeSantis, man. I'm a little bit biased against Republican.
Definitely biased against Republicans.
Yeah, and everybody's biased to a degree. I can
Yeah.
still be objective when I'm talking about a point, but I think that I have reason to suspect foul play when it comes to Republicans. So I'm on their ass a lot. But this story is telling because there's a lot of people on the right side, a lot of Elon Musk apologists, a lot of Trump cult members who like to say things like the right side is being censored. They're getting more scrutiny than say Democrats are on social media. What do you say, Bob? You think that's true?
I don't see it, but I'm not the one to, you know,
Yeah.
I'm not your perfect client to
Mm.
answer that question to, but I think everybody gets scrutiny. I mean, in the political, uh,
Well,
in
well,
my opinion.
um, from the standpoint of social media, do you
Oh,
think that?
social media only.
Yeah. Do you think that right wing people like Donald Trump maybe get censored, get banned, get their posts taken down more so than say a Joe Biden would or Democrats would?
This is why I would go for where it could be that way, just because you got more extremists on that side. So you have
Very
more
astute
people.
observation. I would agree with that too. I think they do get banned more. I think their posts do get taken down more, but I think it's because that's the side that's peddling conspiracy theories, got very violent rhetoric, and they violate terms and conditions of service on social media. But the point I want to get back to is there's a lot of people on the right side when they get banned, they say that you're taking away my freedom of speech. The left is censoring me, you know? So there's a very interesting case that I want to point to that came out in NPR about Ron DeSantis. Let me see if I can share it up. We getting better with the screen sharing thing, man. We leveled up. We came a long way, man. From our first video. You can't say we don't be cooking now, cuz.
Yeah, we be cooking now.
Yeah. All right, I got the story here. An appeals court finds Florida's social media law unconstitutional.
Okay.
A Florida law intended to punish social media platforms such as Facebook and Twitter is an unconstitutional violation of the First Amendment, a federal appeals court ruled Monday, dealing a major victory to companies who had been accused by GOP uh, Governor Ron DeSantis of discriminating against conservative thought. A three-judge panel of Atlanta-based 11th U.S. Circuit Court of Appeals unanimously concluded that it was overreach for DeSantis and the Republican-led Florida legislature to tell the social media companies how to conduct their work under the Constitution's free speech guarantee. Put simply, with minor exceptions, the government can't tell a private person or entity what to say or how to say it.
Mm.
You follow me so far?
Yeah.
I'll continue. That last line was said by Circuit Judge Kevin Newsom, an appointee of former President Donald Trump, in the opinion. He said, we hold that it is substantially likely that social media companies, even the biggest ones, are private actors whose rights the First Amendment protects. Now I want to go to a good part of this article. This is the big takeaway for me. The panel found that content moderation and curation is constitutionally protected, and it is a form of free speech. You're not hearing me, Bob. Them banning your shit, them fact checking your posts, them putting you in Facebook jail, Twitter jail, that's a form of free speech. That's them people's shit. They got the right to curate the shit how they want to. That's their terms of service in their business. So if they don't want you on there saying some fraudulent shit, we gonna get you out the way. And it's protected by the First Amendment. What you got to say about that?
Yeah. I mean, if I got my platform and you just saying crazy, but I mean, they could just get their own platform. You know what I mean? And then,
Well, Donald Trump has his own platform now. It's called Truth Social. and he posts on there. Remember when Elon said that he was going to buy Twitter, which I don't really believe anymore. He said he was going to give Trump his Twitter back. And Trump's response, I don't remember it verbatim, but he said something to the effect that if he does go back on Twitter, his use would be limited because he got his own shit now. He's going to be on Truth Social. Hey, but you know what's so crazy?
Yeah.
Truth Social got terms and conditions too. You can't just say whatever you want on there too. So he left Twitter because he says that he wants more freedom, but he went and made his own platform that rips off other platforms. But yeah, you're gonna watch your mouth on that on there too. Is the short and small of it. So
to what fits their agenda.
exactly. So they're hypocrites. It's not real. Nobody's infringing upon your freedom of speech because they fact check your articles and they're not letting you spread COVID misinformation on their shit. That's just what it is. And it's a shame that the party that's supposed to be for small government and low regulation, that they want to tell a private business what they can and can't say on the platform, what they can't do. It don't make no sense. So I just wanted to point that out, man. Another embarrassing loss for the right wing. Now, the last thing I want to get into, I mean, I'll let you have the last word. You got anything to add about that, Bob?
Nah, that seems like, get your own social media if you want to talk how you want to talk.
Yeah, build your own shit. I like, I think they're doing all right. I think that sometimes though, I'll say this, sometimes that algorithm be catching stuff that ain't even really bad. Like you might be like if a girl if a girl says something like say sexual to you, right? Like she wants to be choked, and you respond on social media and say, like, yeah, I'll choke you, baby, or something like that. You might get thrown in Facebook jail for bullying. Like they don't understand the context that you're saying, I'll choke you, baby. It's gonna say like, oh, you get what I'm trying to say? You could even be quoting what somebody else said, but you want to say the exact thing that they said. But just because the algorithm picked it up and you saying it to somebody else, you could get taken off Facebook for that. So that's like a weird thing. It ain't no perfect system, but that's how things go. I got one more thing. Monkeypox.
Okay.
You scared? I'm asking you, bro. You scared, bro?
For monkeypox? No, I'm not scared.
Oh, all right. Well, it's out here. It's out here. Hold on. Hold on. I got it. I got another. I'm gonna come with some facts now. Have you heard any conspiracy theories about monkeypox?
Um,
Let's start there.
have I ever heard some conspiracy theories
About monkeypox. Wait a minute. Before you say them, let's just say, have you heard any?
No.
Oh, okay. I've heard some, but we should be careful because even if we're talking about stuff, sometimes they'll pick it up. Or every time we talk about a conspiracy theory, we have to refute it right after. We can't just say what they said and leave it like that because they'll take us down for that, bro.
Yeah. Yeah.
But, while I look for this, one thing I wanted to say too, before I forget, because sometimes I don't go over my checklist and I leave out stuff that we didn't bring up. A lot of people are saying that we need more mental health work, right? Like when we see a mass shooting, it's important to note that most people who have mental illness are not violent. It's only like 3 to 5% of them. So, like, we do need more mental health facilities and stuff like that, but that's not like a deal. Most people with mental illness, they're not violent. It's if you ask me, it's the guns. But hold on, I'm trying to find this story about the thing. I might not even have pulled it up yet. I'm gonna pull it up in a second. I'm gonna pull it up now. But I've been hearing some crazy things about the monkeypox. Did you know that monkeypox isn't new?
Is it new?
No, I'm saying it isn't new. I think it's been
Oh,
around since the 70s.
nah.
Yeah. And the first assumed case in Florida was in Broward County. So it
I
might
did
go
hear
viral
about,
everywhere, but it started
I
here
did
first.
hear about that. Yeah, I heard about that. I heard about that. That's crazy. Oh,
Yeah.
here's here.
Oh, that's what I wanted to talk about, man. Look what they talking about, man.
I mean, you
I'm gonna
don't want to
set
give
this
it
up,
all
man.
away, Cap. Let's save some for him. I mean, you think this is urgent? You want to get this one out?
Oh man, we done started, dog. We done started, bro. I'll make it quick though. They're saying that gay people got a higher chance of getting monkeypox right now.
How's that?
Let's get into it. Because you see how this could get taken the wrong way, right?
Yeah.
Like I could already see people taking this. I don't know if you have like read because we were growing up when AIDS started to take off and stuff, but we don't remember a lot of it. But I've gone back and read some things on it. You know that they were first starting this first were saying that AIDS was a gay disease or it was coming from Haitian people.
I never heard the Haitian people one. I heard that it
Yeah,
was
it
coming
was like
from
four H's. We'll get into this deeper another time, but it was like four H's, four H's. Two of them were Haitians and homosexuals.
yeah.
Yeah, so crazy. So now that's the first thing I thought about when I saw this story, right? When they were saying that the CDC was warning LGBTQ people that they have a greater chance of exposure. Now, we're going to read into this because they got a good reason why they're saying that. And anybody could get it. But let me just read here. Anyone can get or spread monkeypox, but a notable fraction of cases in the latest global outbreak are happening among gay and bisexual men, the U.S. Centers for Disease Control and Prevention said Monday. Some groups may have a greater chance of exposure right now, but by no means is the current risk of exposure to monkeypox exclusively to the gay and bisexual community in the U.S., said Dr. John Brooks, Chief Medical Officer for the CDC's Division of HIV and AIDS Prevention. Anyone can develop and spread monkeypox infection, but many of those affected in the current global outbreak identified as gay and bisexual men. So what they're saying is the first cases that we're seeing, a huge number of these people are gay. You know, they're saying that it came from like a gay party or something like that. They talk about it in the or where a lot of the cases seem to have been traced back from. I'm not going to read the whole article. I know you're trying to get out of here, but they're saying just keep your head on the swivel. Or if you are gay, most people who got this right now are gay. So if you gotta watch out. You know what's funny, man? What's funny, Bob?
No, it's like they putting it to the gay people because it was a gay party that they were at, you know?
Well, they traced the cases back and they said a large fraction of the people who have it right now are gay. So, and you can catch it from contact. So they're saying that, you know,
Gays are most likely because you be around gays. So you're saying that.
I'm just saying because if you could get it from intimate contact, right?
Oh, that's it. Only intimate.
No, you could get it from droplets as well, but you could get it from intimate contact that doesn't necessarily have to be sexual, but where you're making contact in a way that you would if you were having sex. So they're saying that most people that you could get it from right now, from the cases that they've seen, are gay. So just by that sheer math, if you're going to have sexual contact with somebody, if they're gay, it's a higher chance that they'll have monkeypox right now, from what we know.
Well,
But
I don't think you put that on men. Oh, what? That was men and women, or was it just
they
men?
just said the LBGTQ community.
Interesting.
Um, but there is some good news about this. Uh, it's very much like smallpox, and according to Reuters, the vaccine that they have for smallpox is 85% effective against monkeypox.
Oh,
So
so it worked.
yeah, I mean, there's conspiracies out there. Marjorie Taylor Greene is saying that Bill Gates has something to do with this. Alex Jones is saying that the COVID vaccine had something like monkey DNA in it. That is completely false. Marjorie Taylor Greene and Alex Jones are wrong when they make those claims. It's been widely refuted. Um, it's not anything that anybody should listen to. We're not saying that here, but
Mhm.
there's stuff going on about it. And since we had the first case in Broward, I thought it was fitting that we bring it up. It's affecting our community, and we don't want people to be. We want to gauge our fear. We want to know what we're dealing with. It's not a lot of cases. It's not out of control. It's not as contagious as COVID is, um, and it's less severe than smallpox is. But we do have something that can protect us against this. So I think the big takeaway from this is vaccines work. Don't be scared of vaccines, and you might want to even think about getting one. I've been trying to convince you
Do they
for a
got one
while,
for the monkeypox?
huh?
Do they got one for the monkeypox?
No, not specifically for that yet. No, they working on something. We could
Hey,
go. We could take a stronger look at that probably in episodes to come if you want to go back into that. But
we
it's
can go
something
back.
that we just watching right now. I think that they got it under control. I think that they could, I think that they could stop it. I think they can isolate it and get this thing under control. I hope. That's what I hope.
So, I believe so. I definitely believe so. It's not real life threatening. So
Yeah, I still don't want it though. It looks terrible from the pictures I've seen. You saw the pictures, right? They're all over social media.
nah, I didn't see any pictures. How did they look? What were people looking like?
Boils and bumps all over the body. It was bad. It was
Oh,
bad.
that
Yeah.
looks great.
But I read some information from the CDC, and it was talking about symptoms. Oh, another scary thing. You might have it for 14 days before you start getting symptoms. So you can have it right now. Bullshit.
That's crazy. No symptoms.
Yeah, you wouldn't even know about it until
Until you
a
start
week or
seeing
two
them
later.
holes on your face. It's
Yeah, I'm
crazy.
looking at. You got to examine every bump right now because that's scary. That's scary.
Hey, but look, man, we had an awesome win. We
This
had
is
an
a
awesome,
Wednesday show.
yeah, Wednesday show. Awesome Wednesday show, man. Anything you want to close them out with?
Uh, dang man. I want to let them know where they can find me on my socials. I'm still at Ja Israel on Facebook every day of the week, arguing about topics like that. Give them your social, Bob, and I'll give them a
Yeah,
quote
my
before.
social is Rob the Water God on Facebook, and I'm gonna figure out how we can put this right on top here. And
Mm-hmm.
Rob the Water God on Instagram. But I am a definitely a proactive person in water treatment. So if you guys go to www.envirely.com, we're giving wholesale environmental solutions for, you know, really now I'm starting a nonprofit organization just to help people that in need, because right now it's getting real hard. So I'm
Like a 501c3.
I'm putting together a 501c, and I'm putting
Right.
some people in place, and I'm just going at just helping the community and helping communities that, need in water treatment. But we still offer wholesale water treatment for companies and people who, want to make sure they not drinking all of that bottled water and
Great.
figuring out
Great.
where to go for water. So
Right.
look out for us and look out for what we're doing with the 501c. We're gonna be trying to help with the inner city, man, and definitely getting some of this environmental. I feel like there's a lot of environmental racism going on in the inner city community. So I just try.
For sure. Remember, I'm sure you remember this. The audience doesn't know. I read that great book called A Terrible Thing to Waste, and I recommended it to you, and you ended up reading it too. I think you got the print version, and I listened on audiobook, but
Yeah,
we were definitely changed after that. So I recommend that.
definitely
Before we
change.
go, I recommend A Terrible Thing to Waste. If you could get that book, read it, and it'll tell you a lot of solutions that you could do to help fight against environmental racism. It is a thing.
It is a thing.
You know, if I could, Bob, I want to leave the folks with a quote from Isaiah Berlin. You ready?
Yeah.
Freedom for the wolves has often meant death to the sheep. I want y'all to think about that with all of these, you know, low regulation on the guns. It's so easy to get them. Freedom for the wolves has often meant death for the sheep. That's all I got, Bob.
All right, we're going to check y'all on the next one. Peace.